Welcome to the Trainwreck Show. I'm your host and engineer, Charlie. I'm here with station manager Bob, also one of your hosts. And no one likes us this morning because we're alone. Maybe because it's a morning taping. That's a train wreck in itself. But you'll be hearing this, of course, on your Monday night lineup. So hopefully we'll all be awake by then. So forgive any stumbles that we have. But after all, it is a train wreck show.
Some important news for May 12th.
May 12th. All right.
We're still doing the intro there? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Station manager Bob, he's coming through loud and clear. It sounds good. We're having a little technical difficulty. He can't hear the intro music, but it's actually recycled intro music from before, so you're really not missing anything.
Well, something that's happening on May 12th, I think I ended up finding out it was his birthday on May 12th, so I sent him something like, your music helps the unbearable pain of life. Pirate Scream.
That's so poetic.
And this is who I emailed it to, and they actually emailed back. Well, it was, like I said, I saw it was their birthday. So I had to send it to them, and I actually got this back after I sent that little note.
Ozzy. Thank you for your kind words. God bless. Ozzy.
Yeah, his birthday is on May 12th.
So
remember that.
My thing is, did he send it, or did his webmaster
Oh,
send
I'm
it?
sure Ozzy wasn't online going, oh, look, Pirate Scream email.
I wonder if it was Kelly. She don't have much going on.
She's got her own MySpace page.
Does
In fact,
she?
the whole family does. They're all friends of ours.
Wow.
So, including Jack.
Welcome to the Pirate Scream family.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you say Jack kind of straightened himself out a little bit?
Oh, yeah, he's written a book about, I think, 19 wasted years or something like that it's called. Yeah.
Such knowledge at 19. Here I am, 32 wasted years.
I'm not really, I'd have to look the actual name up, but it's something like that.
Well,
actually, if you go to the MySpace page, I think that's what his picture is for that.
Oh. Hey, yeah, happy birthday, Ozzy, on the 12th. Very cool. Yeah, I emailed Roush Racing, my racing people there. And, yeah, I mean, it was definitely like a message back from the webmaster. I was emailing Jack Roush and Carl Edwards, and they said, Jack and Carl will pass these words on to them, and thank you so much. but at least if this is a webmaster, they're posing as Ozzy. So at least you got that.
They give him a printed blog or something, I'm sure, of all the stuff that that comes in.
Yeah.
So it may have been read over.
Yeah, it was skimmed. It was skimmed. So that's cool.
Hey, something that we can get to a local note in Erie, because it's May. We're actually getting ready to start some of our things that we normally do here.
Mm-hmm.
And the car cruise-ins where you can go and see the cars.
Yeah.
The old classics and antiques. That's all going to start around the 19th of May. So we're going to start seeing those. I think they got one on the 21st scheduled, one on the 28th. In fact, they start bike night on the 28th. So we'll hear the bikes again in Erie.
Yeah.
Riding around.
They do that a lot at the Quaker Steak and Lube there. They do the bike thing. Yeah, I dated this girl back in the day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a Charlie story. Her dad had this Camaro that was set up to do drag racing. It was awesome. I mean, like you could take it to some drag strip and probably kick somebody's ass.
Yeah.
He never did that. He always took it to cruise-ins. That's all he ever did. It had the little wheelie bars and stuff on the back, had everything. And, I wasn't too
There's
much...
a lot of guys like that, though.
Well, I wasn't too much into cars back then, but I had this buddy that was, and he went over to her house with me, and he looked at that car. He's like, what? He doesn't do drag racing with it? Yeah, it was a beautiful car.
People soup their cars up and soup them up and put them on the machines so they can get the RPM ratings, you know what I mean, and everything else, and then they can advertise, hey, this car will do this, so that means, through calculation it'll go 0 to 60 and whatever because of this horse, and they don't really ever do anything with the car because they want to go around and show it.
It was kind of a bummer, though, because I would think, maybe not for him, but if it was me, because he owned it with like 4 other people, so it's like, that's kind of, really not your car.
Well, they advertising that they can make money on it. You know what I mean? That,
yeah.
If you're not going to drag it, how else are you going to make money on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's like an underworld or something. I don't.
This is in Girard, Pennsylvania, so I don't think they're racing down Route 20.
No, I meant an underworld. There's some kind of dealings with the. Why would 4 people own a car that's never raced and not making any money? So I'm like, just wonder if that's. Well, I hold the car for 2 weeks, and then you give me $500, and you
money just changing hands is all.
We'll bring it to your show if you pay us $1,000.
Yeah.
Well, are you ready for some to get real strange and talk about the economy? Because a lot of those $600 checks are starting to roll out.
Oh, wait. I'm checking. Yeah, Danielle just signed off. Yeah, the economy. There's some happy news.
Well, it's just that I check a lot of blogs and I go around and I read what people have to say about stuff. And somebody who is ready to question some of the stuff that Joe Sennett's done for us.
Oh, that's our mayor of Erie, the city of Erie mayor.
And the fact that he's over there in Zibo, China, trying to get it as a sister city and everything. You know, oh yeah.
Well, no, I do agree with that. That way they can take our jobs more efficiently.
Well, that's, you know, and the fact that, you know, some of the stuff that's being shipped in, we're having to spend more money to go through it to make sure there's no tainted products in it because of the paint and everything else.
I mean, I haven't. There's more of a need in Erie for cheap plastic toys.
And her thing was boycott urged to end imports from China and to end Erie's administration involvement with Zibo, China.
Yeah.
I thought that was
besides
cool.
a free trip.
She's put her name on here and her phone number, so if we ever manage to do this in an afternoon point, we'll call her and ask how passionate. Because this sounds like something we might want to actually get involved with. Because if we can get enough people,
believe in that.
Because you can't say don't buy Chinese products because guess what? We probably never be buying anything. But let's stop buying useless Chinese products. Let's buying things. You know, if you actually have a choice, sometimes it might be easier to go ahead and just, you know, buy the American.
Well, this is what I've said up my Thursday night spiel is just try. I mean, it's hard. Like,
make an effort.
Like I was at a store, I think it was a Walmart, and they had Rubbermaid paintbrushes. And
Walmart will rule the world.
Exactly. And they had cheap-ass paintbrushes. Well, the cheap-ass ones are made in China. The Rubbermaid ones, an American company, made in Singapore. Like, okay. So sometimes that's the two paintbrushes I had available. I needed a paintbrush, so I had to buy one or the other, so I did. But at least look, at least try. I mean,
take the opportunity to look at it a little bit and stop buying useless things.
Yeah.
You know, the knickknacks and stuff. You know, come on.
How much of that shit you need? You know,
yeah.
Really.
Yeah, and that would help a little bit because that crap shipped in every day.
Yeah.
But then I also decided to read something from the Asian Times. It's about the global economy and how China is increasing the danger of the United States bubble bursting. Because anything that happens
this is generated from China, you're saying?
No, this is in Asian Times. So it isn't just China, this is Asian Times.
Oh, okay.
It involves all the Asian countries, including the Philippines and everything else. So this is...
So you actually have the newspaper in front of you, $5.
$5. They were just talking about
you
right
want
now,
news, Joe?
the U.S. investment banks are licking their chops at the prospects of taking Chinese banks public.
Wow.
However, the $45 billion that Beijing has put into the into the two of the four government-owned banks can be seen as mature appreciation of their problems. They said that they have over $1.5 trillion to invest.
Jeez. China does? Meaning like
yes.
They don't have a deficit like us?
Correct. And you just read these articles. China recycles trade into U.S. Treasury bonds. Guess what? They're buying surplus Treasury bonds. Isn't a Treasury bond based on the United States government?
Yeah.
And our whole financial system?
Mm-hmm.
And the Chinese are buying them, all the ones that we aren't?
You know, I have to go back to my friend George Bush and the whole, the Democrats and Republicans that have been in office these past few years. Because you know what? I blame it all on them. Democrats, Republicans, Bush, Cheney, all of them.
It's greed.
And you can say what you want. Well, yeah, you can say what you want about Clinton and his regime there, but you know what? If Clinton was going to screw...
He's not the first one to screw anything.
Well, if Clinton was going to screw us over, it would have happened over 8 years' time. Bush, come on. He could have either screwed us over or made an attempt to fix it. It's been 8 years.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Yeah.
That's got to be somebody's fault.
He's just dug deeper holes for us.
He could at least get pissed and say, hey, I can't do anything about this. I'm the president, but, Congress, you got to get together. What the hell are you doing? He could be pissed about it, but he's just kind of sitting back.
Well, that's all you look at. I mean, if they get Hillary or Obama in the office, which I guess that's the way things are heading, then one of them looks like Obama right now.
Yeah, I assume.
Because I don't think too many people. A lot of people have been disenchanted with McCain.
Yeah.
He's almost like he's become a puppet, or the Alzheimer's has started to kick in, and he's being fed lines now. I'm not sure.
Just like Reagan.
Exactly.
Just like Reagan. Did you ever see where they had the speech where Reagan's? I couldn't even tell you what he's talking about. Possibly Russia, but it's a speech at the
His wife is
White
feeding
House.
him the lines.
Yeah, you can hear real quiet.
Yeah, they have it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's nuts, isn't it? Check that out on YouTube.
But the whole thing is that no matter who gets in the office and they're Democrat, guess what's going to happen in a year or two with Congress and with the Senate?
They'd end up being a Republican majority, right?
Exactly, and we'll get nothing done all over again. Because they'll be, look, for 2 years they haven't done anything for you, and they made all these promises, so now it's time to get Republicans into the Senate,
Yeah.
Boom. And then it happens, and now you've got a deadlock.
Well, welcome to the two-party system.
Yep, exactly. The two-party system doesn't work. I was reading somebody who would surprise you that they're independent, but they made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it's starting to become more and more prevalent that two parties isn't working.
No.
It's just like when you had Russia and the United States during the Cold War.
Yeah.
We couldn't coexist like that for very long.
Mr.
Something's
Gorbachev,
gonna have
take
to
this wall down.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Reagan and who was it?
It's Gorbachev.
No, Hasselhoff.
Oh, Hasselhoff
he brought
led
the
Russia.
wall down.
Hasselhoff, get your car and bring this wall down.
I finally watched that Knight Rider.
With your
the
searing
movie.
vocals. Yeah, that was supposed to be a show, and I don't see that show. I think it lasted like 1.5 episodes or something.
No, they played a movie. And they haven't finished all the. I guess they're canning. You know what I mean? Because the strike happened right around the same time,
Okay.
so they haven't. So I guess it's going to come out as a new. I don't know if I doubt it would come out during the summer.
You saw the show though, but isn't it apparent that David Hasselhoff's character is just really a deadbeat dad?
Yeah.
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 Am I going to see you around again? Maybe.
And then it'd be funny if he went skipping off. Maybe I'll see my dad again.
Yeah, it doesn't say, "Hey, I'm sorry I wasn't there. I had stuff going on. I was on secret mission." Didn't really explain any of that. He's just like, "Oh yeah."
Well, he had to be around the same area every once in a while because the same people were around. So you think he could, stopped in and at least, taking him out as a buddy or something, and what is it? What are those programs where you go and you volunteer?
Oh, Big Brother.
Big Brother. Hey, you could have been a big brother to him or something.
Love your car. See, I didn't see the whole thing. Is that supposed to be the same kit, like the same computer brain from the first show?
No, it's an upgrade. It's like 5.0. I can't remember what the .0 is. Yeah.
So I wonder where the old kit brain is. If it's like running
They
a copy machine.
explain a lot of that stuff. I can't remember it all.
Oh.
Yeah, they explain a lot.
See, I only saw like the end of it.
Because he has to go busting through one part of the old lab where a lot of because it starts off. I mean, they had a really good twist. You saw the beginning?
No, I didn't see any of it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Well, no, I've seen like the end of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that was kind of screwy because the end is kind of like the lamest part of the movie.
Oh, really? So maybe it does have a chance.
Oh, I liked the beginning. I enjoyed the story, the twist, everything.
So
yeah.
he's going through the old lab with the old kit and the. Yeah.
He heard about the old kit. When he's going through the old lab, that's how he finds the car.
Okay.
It was actually the chick that finds the car, and she goes and picks the guy up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the chick is the daughter of the guy who invented the car.
The old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old guy in the original series.
Yeah, and you think he gets killed in the beginning. That's the twist, is you think he gets killed, and then you find out later that it was a body double, and he had been using that body double for a while just to protect himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so he actually took off and was hiding, and then got a hold of his daughter through his car.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh my God, you're still alive!"
That's the old guy that they rescue at the end, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the original old guy from the old series.
No, I don't know that. I don't remember him. I wasn't really a Knight Rider fan.
I was a little kid, so it was always Knight Rider, Blue Thunder.
If that
and
was
Airwolf.
in the the mid '80s. I was in the Philippines.
And speaking of Airwolf, there, Jan, we proudly support here at Pirate Scream. Jan Michael Vincent trying to find his brother in Nam. You think he's still trying to find? Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember watching Airwolf
with what's his face, the old guy in the back.
I love that Magnum PI, man. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but like we said before, I just found out about it because, like I said, I was a little kid. I didn't know what the hell was going on. what a shitty ending for
the way
Magnum
they
PI.
ended the series.
Yeah, they could be
They
dead.
do that a lot.
Possibly
That
not
was
dead.
the ending for Scrubs. That was a pretty shitty ending for
Oh
Scrubs.
yeah,
too.
yeah. This week they had. I thought last week they said it was the series finale for Scrubs, and they played it off like a fairy tale. Dr. Cox was telling his kid a story and putting all the people he worked with into fairy tale characters, and that was kind of silly. But yeah, it kind of ended shitty because they were trying to heal this fair maiden. But in real life, she was a patient that had liver disease. Well, in real life, she ends up dying, and Dr. Cox, he tells the story like she lives, to his son, in the fairy tale version of it, and says to his wife, well, yeah, that's the way I want the story to end. And basically, Elliot and JD, they don't end up together; they just end up being buddies. And I don't know, it's just really a lame ending if that's the ending.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I only caught parts of it because it looked kind of boring, for what I was
kinda
doing at the time.
cool. Well, you were puking at the time, were you?
I think so.
Little migraine headache there. Nothing
Hugging the
exciting.
toilet.
All our college fans are going, wow, yeah, they're puking on Thursday night.
No, yeah, I'm having a migraine.
Like me last night. I didn't feel good
Hey,
last
I got
night.
this
so.
this promo little thing that I read here for Speed Racer. And
That looks lame.
Well, here, listen to this. Let's just listen to how this is Emily Hirsch, or that's the person that's in it, E-Mile, the guy who's starring in it.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out who the quote is from. Oh, Jay Newmeyer at NY Daily News. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I got a story after
Remember?
that. Because I remember John Goodman's in that, so remind me. I got a good story. I heard it off of our local radio station,
All
so I
right.
have to repeat it. Go ahead.
Remember mixing Pop Rocks, candy, and Coca-Cola to make little volcanoes inside your head?
My cousin died from that.
Speed Racer is the movie equivalent. In fact, there are so many jacked up visuals over the 2+ hours that its target audience of 12-year-old boys may need summer in the Amish community to calm down.
Wow. That's being kind. It just looks so goofy. I don't know. Yeah, but then they talk different. Then the father say, "Speed Racer, haha, we have to go, haha, we have to." I don't know what that was
I
about.
don't know.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of the cartoon because it was that anime crap.
Yeah, I remember watching some of it as a kid, but I was more into the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the kid and the chimp, because they always made
That was
me
always
laugh.
funny. Yeah.
But most of the time I would be doing something else. Like back when I was a kid, you had little handheld video games that were like little dots and squares.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
little football games.
Yeah, I had there was a Coleco, I think.
Yeah. My
And,
brother had that.
So I would have like Speed Racer on and playing the little Coleco football game or something. So it's not like you're just kind of listening to it.
Just kind of zoning out.
Yeah, and
Now-
I would always remember the chimp and the kid.
Now our friend BJ, sound engineer BJ, always has these things, these weird crushes on cartoon characters. Trixie, the girl on there.
And she's got the appropriate name for him.
They got Christina Ricci playing her, and she's a nice looking woman. But I bet BJ would rather have the cartoon because he likes that Aaron Esurance girl.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not attracted to cartoons. They did do a.
What's going to happen? BJ's going to get that Aaron Esurance girl, and they're going to go back to her place. And, oh, you're only 2-dimensional. This won't work.
They did do a good job. I should say, Heavy Metal, the movie. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, they did you see the spinoff from? It was kind of the heavy metal animation on South Park.
I think I saw it. It's been a while.
Where Kenny and it's Kyle's father. They spray cat urine in their face, and it gives them this hallucinogenic thing where they go into almost that heavy metal world. But anyway,
Well, no, those some of the women in there were pretty nice looking for cartoons.
oh yeah,
They were heavily, endowed and everything.
yeah. Oh, of
else,
course.
so-
well, that I was going to say about that Speed Racer. John Goodman plays the father in there. He was on Roseanne. Trying to make a segue here. He was in Roseanne. Well, I heard on our local radio station. I got to give credit where credit's due. Rocket 101 in Erie. Listen to them if you listen to regular radio. Because they're good. They're funny. They were saying that George Clooney. He was on Roseanne. He was Roseanne's boss.
Yeah.
Said when he went for the audition, or when he first started, when he's much younger, Roseanne said she kind of flirted with him. Can you imagine Roseanne flirting with him? It's kind of nasty. This was the quote that he said. She said, "Hey, you're pretty nice looking. How about you take me out back and make me stinky?"
Oh my
Isn't
God.
that freaking nasty?
Hopefully she was just joking.
I don't know. The guys at Rocket, they try to be pretty snippy and try to be on it. The one guy, Alan, that's on there, said, "Oh, I'm glad I didn't have my Pop-Tart. I would have dropped it." They're both have good comebacks. They were just speechless. So I heard some other Pirate Radio Network members were excited about Danica Patrick, the IndyCar racer.
Yeah, one of the other Pirate Radio talk shows.
I don't know. She's kind of attractive, but like after one of the train wreck shows, Danielle and I were looking through BJ's CD magazine collection, and the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue of Danica Patrick. Something about her to me, like as a man being attracted to women, didn't look right. And Danielle, she was able to hit it on the head there, but she's like, she has like a bony kind of, icy looking face, like an ice queen or something. I'm like, that's it. And she's like, yeah, there's like no passion in her eyes. I'm like, yeah, she just looks like a hard ass bitch. But they have pictures of her. Like, she is attractive. If they dress her up nice, she look attractive. But her in a bikini, I've seen pictures of her in a bikini bending over a car and stuff. And she just does not have. She's a little troll looking lady to me. Attractive, skinny, but troll looking as far as height and stuff. Because that's the way you got to be if you're going to be a racer. You got to be skinny. You got to be, not too tall.
You got to be troll-like.
Yeah, you got to be troll-like. And I think what did it for me, any part of me that thought she was a pretty lady, is one time something happened with a car, and a lot of drivers, they'll get out, throw their helmet, get kind of pissed, walk away. Well, she's bringing out the 4-year-old little girl in her mind. She stomped away, like a little kid stomps, kicked a trash can, and kept stomping away. So, I mean, after that was like, wow, what's wrong with this chick? So, yeah, she won a race, but the thing is, she's won now one more IndyCar race than I have. So, the thing is, it was one of those deals where it came down to fuel mileage, where some people had to come in for fuel. Well, she was able to stretch her fuel mileage. She didn't really out-race anybody. She didn't pass, 10 cars and was driving the best race
She
of
let
her
everybody
life.
else pit.
Yeah.
And
she was able to save
by
enough
that,
fuel.
yeah.
So, yeah, congratulations to her. But, yeah, I don't go all...
I mean, strategy is all part of it. I mean,
Yeah,
otherwise anybody could do it.
Yeah.
If it was just a matter of getting in there and putting the pedal to the metal, then, you'd have a lot more accidents.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations to her. But I don't get on the bandwagon with the Danica Patrick being that hot,
It takes... I can look at pictures of somebody and go, oh, yeah, that chick's attractive. But for me to, really actually want to think about the person outside of seeing that picture or whatever, you'd have to know a little bit about their attitude, because I'm definitely an attitude type person. I mean, I have been married quite a few times, and I think there's certain attitudes I know that I'm just not compatible with anymore.
I've dated a lot of women, in the past, and Bob's dated probably 80 times more than that.
Most of mine were dates. They were drunken sleepovers.
I was being polite by calling them dates.
Drunken sleepovers.
No, but the thing is, we've been around some beautiful women and all that, but when it comes down to it, beautiful is still good, but you gotta, if you want to be with somebody, you gotta live with a good attitude. So
a lot of it has to do with the attitude.
Beautiful and a crappy attitude or whatever.
It's
That's
just like
don't do it.
I know with Charlie and I, we both have that childlike syndrome stuck in us. There are certain times where we're definitely going to be childlike as far as what makes us laugh and things like that. And if you don't have somebody around that's going to allow that to be nurtured a little bit in you, then it's just going to frustrate the hell out of us. And cause a lot more fights.
Yeah, well, that reminds me, when I was with my ex, I was doing everything I could as far as ex story. No, I was trying to. She was having problems. I don't know if she was depressed or what, but she.
You get that heroin needle out of your own.
No, I don't think there's any of that going on. But she was, not doing a lot of the housework, not doing a lot of stuff. And I'd work all day. I'd come home. I'd help take care of my daughter. I'd do dishes.
That sounds like a marijuana addiction there.
Maybe.
Not doing the laundry.
But she went to a counselor as far as our relationship.
Or she could have been going to college.
Maybe. She was going to a counselor as far as our relationship, and the counselor had the nerve to say, well, maybe you... Because I still had that joking that kid-like persona. Right. But I was, in real life, I was doing all this stuff, trying to help out. Well, the counselor had the nerve to say, well, maybe you have that Peter Pan syndrome. You can't grow up. I'm like, I'm freaking going to work. I was about ready to strangle this lady, but...
Yeah, because the Peter Pan syndrome means you wouldn't even be doing your job. You'd be working at
around,
McDonald's. Well, no, you'd probably have a job like McDonald's or something and not have any aspirations to go any further.
Yeah.
That would be the Peter Pan syndrome. Peter Pan syndrome would definitely not be the jobs that we're doing every day.
So what? I act like an immature, doofus when I'm not working.
It relieves a lot of stress to just be able to go up to somebody sometimes and say whatever it is on your mind and get away with it as a joke.
Yeah.
I'm
getting kind of depressed about some of my Thursday night stuff because I don't get a lot of emails, so if any. So, yeah.
Well, we're working on that. We got to get out there and let people know. We got to hit the streets and let people know we're here.
Well, I just want to try something real quick to reiterate. First of all, email right now is pitstopshow@piratescream.com. But to reiterate what went on Thursday, I do believe man and gorillas are very closely related, no matter what you believe about creation. And I'm a Christian, and I still believe that. Number two, Dale Earnhardt Jr. needs to win some races, and his fans need to stop being a bunch of whiny asses. And Rick Hendrick, who owns Jeff Gordon's car, he's kind of a scumbag when it comes to trying to hire people away and get rid of his current drivers. So there you go. There's the lineup. That's pitstopshow@piratescream.com. Please just send me. See, look, I'm just a glutton for punishment. I even want an angry email. I don't care. I just want an email.
Remember, he's on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock.
Yep. Please complain. Your hate is love to me. What's going on there, Bob? Checking the cell phone messages.
Oh, no, I was checking the time there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we could check time. I don't know. But
I didn't want people to go to sleep yet.
Yeah, we better talk about more politics for Danielle's sake.
Well,
yeah.
One of the other things that I saw during my jovial listen to the pirate radio networks was they were actually playing the Onion News.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Bob's introduced me to that, and that's pretty neat.
And playing it for you on the air. Well, I'm like, that's an internet. They only exist on the internet. And why are you going to sit there and play?
Yeah.
It's actually video.
Oh.
And so go to the Onion News.
Oh, you're not talking the one of our pirate radio network brothers or sisters out there is playing the Onion News off the online.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're giving credit to them and everything.
That's
but
nice, but that's kind of...
it'd be better to talk about it, and then you go there and actually watch it, because the Onion News is pretty damn funny.
Yeah, because I talk about jski.com, a racing site, and NASCAR.com during my Thursday night pit stop show, but I don't go on there when I'm recording and say, oh, let's read this article. Let's read. I just feel that's too, or NASCAR Now, the ESPN TV show, NASCAR News. I don't just sit back and put the mic in front of the TV and just drink a cup of coffee.
The originality would be to hey, you got to go to the Onion News and check out this commercial, and tell a little bit about what it's about, and you generate the interest in it, and let people go there and decide, and hopefully email you, hey, that was great.
Let their site get some hits.
Yeah, well, hopefully email you back, hey, that was great to turning us on to the Onion News. We love that site. Hey. Any kind of email is better than none, but just to sit there and replay something that already exists that other people could actually get more enjoyment out of watching it, because it comes across just like a news channel.
I'd like to believe there's still room for a couple of a-holes to sit and talk about stuff. And
oh, that's what we're here for. Yeah.
You know what pissed me off? Besides, I was telling Bob I had a little, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I'm pregnant or what, but I had a little stomach trouble last night. And when I woke up, I turned on the Sci-Fi Channel, and on there was... horror movies have kind of taken a step up as far as not being real classy. I mean, I like it when they had the cheesy storylines, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Even if you want to count it as a horror movie, the one with Johnny Depp, where they remade Legend of Sleepy Hollow, that was pretty cool. Yeah. But anyway, I like stuff with good stories. Well, they had one. I just saw I have this habit of not seeing a whole movie, but I saw like a third of it to the end. It was I kept wanting to call it Pit Stop. It's Rest Stop. the Rest Stop.
Is that the one where the truck follows him?
No, pickup truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of pissed me off, because it's like, what is it with all these horror movies? They've taken after Stephen King, where, everybody's pretty much dead in the end. The bad guy lives, and that's your...
And you don't really get a whole lot of explanation of what the hell just happened.
And why he did it. That's the whole thing with the horror movie is, well, this guy kills people because, well, why? Oh, man, that's screwed up. That's what happened to him. That's why he's so nuts. Oh, wow, this guy is scary.
It makes it a lot easier to get into the characters than to not to know anything about
it. It's like they want the shock value, because like this guy cut up the girl's boyfriend and cut out his tongue or something, and then there was a cop involved at some point. I think he got set on fire, and she got all messed up, and she got away, and the truck's chasing after her, and she thinks he gets out, the bad guy, and she's clubbing him with a tire iron. Well, it's really her boyfriend with his mouth sewn shut.
Yeah.
So, and then at the end, she has like a standoff with him. Evidently, he wins because he's off, and they're playing this awesome theme music for him because he got away.
Yeah.
You know, he's the bad guy. Why the hell should he get away? Sorry, I just like the classic: good guy wins, bad guy loses. And she's like, I don't understand what's happening. This girl goes in the restroom at the rest stop. It's all repainted. It all got fixed up, and she hears somebody crying, "Help me!" And so she grabs a cop that's on the outside, like, "Hey, you got to get in here. There's someone that needs help behind this door." Well, the cop goes into the closet, and there's nobody in here. It acts all pissed off. "Why you bothering me?" And as soon as he closes the closet door, she's that original girl that got beat comes out of nowhere with blood dripping from her mouth, saying, "Help me." It's like, well, why didn't you say it again? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's just a poor made movie, you know. That and that Turistas movie with the tourists and Saw. I don't like any of them because it's just like, okay, I get it. The blood, the gore, the realism of it.
But see, what it is that's it's generating. We look at it as immature adults, maybe, I don't know. But we look at it as adults that our comedy level is a certain type of comedy, our horror is a certain type of comedy, or our horror is a certain type of horror, and the ones today are more. You look at the age of the audience, and there are these teenagers to the college students that are going to see these shows, and they're generating the entertainment dollar that keeps these shows on, the top 5 or whatever.
So you got to give them what they want,
right?
Yeah, it's the whole. Yeah, I understand you can do that with effects now. I understand all the blood. I understand. Whoa, wait, he made that guy do that? Yeah, that's extreme. Everything's extreme, I want to get to, wow, that's such a good story. And, oh, yeah, and this happened. It was bloody, that's fine. But I like the good story to go along with it.
It's just, there's a lot of movies today, but it's just like music. I mean, it's all in the, there's got to be somebody out there that enjoys the movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So in a lot of ways, I'll go, I can't watch that movie again. There's somebody that might be the DVD that's in their DVD player that they watch once a week or every day.
Yeah.
And at the same time, some of them I can't stand.
Yeah. It's all about taste,
Told you, Danielle, when that's another one of those worthless things that you should stop doing. Stop buying DVDs in these record amounts, It's ridiculous.
You're only going to watch them once.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I mean, you go to like Walmart and you see people digging through. You can get 3 for $10 or whatever, and they're buying like 50. What are you doing with all that? How many times are you going to watch these movies in your lifetime?
My mother-in-law does that, and everybody uses her as almost like a rental facility.
Well, that's good. And that they're not going out and buying them themselves. That's fine.
Yeah, but for her, those are going to sit eventually. You only watch something once or twice.
Yeah, and it just seems ridiculous to me. All you're doing is generating another portion of money that not only goes to the entertainment industry, which isn't hurting for money, even though they claim they are. I mean, look at the whole writers' how much money they're making now.
Well, I like at the beginning when you rent a video that stealing movies is really stealing you. Well, come on, shut up, just shut up.
You guys will make enough money no matter what happens.
I'm sure you'll be all right. I'm not crying.
There's a lot of people that don't even bother with the technology of trying to watch a free movie online or even trying to copy a DVD, and that's the majority of people.
I notice when I go to the movies, once every now and then, it's not like the theater's empty and I'm the only one in there. Although that would be cool.
Well, it's always nice, but that's why you wait till a movie's made its run and the critics are saying it's stupid. That's when you go see it in the theater.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember even the last movie I saw in a theater that was not the dollar theater where the movie has been out for a while.
Yeah, we got our dollar theater in Erie that after they've been out a while, they go in there. You pay $1 to get in,
and then you don't get stuck with a stupid DVD.
Yeah. And you had your movie experience. You get to take the woman out and say, hey,
took you out.
Took you out somewhere.
Yeah. We saw a movie we hadn't seen before.
Then you get real cheap and be like, oh, can you pay my $1 for me?
Or will you pay for the Burger King afterwards?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Boy, I had something very interesting to say. It was like the best comment ever, and now it's gone.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, I was probably talking about probably wasn't the best comment ever.
Here we go. Charlie's Alzheimer that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get as good as you the other night. I didn't puke or nothing. But, I feel a little washed out today, so I'll just sit and make my irritating comments and just be Charlie. Yeah, Bob from Erie CB is still working on the website. He's hunkered down in some bunker somewhere with government electronics, trying to figure it out. I think one thing he's talking about doing, this is still preliminary, but he's talking about for you people that have slower computers like me, or else even on dial-up like me, and can go to piratescream.com. Eventually, this isn't happening yet. You can go to piratescream.com and select that you want the dial-up version of it, and it'll go to that version, or go to the broadband version, and it'll go to that. So that's kind of interesting.
Choices, wow.
Choices, yeah.
In the United States of America.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, what the hell was I going to talk about? I've lost everything out of my mind now. Mother's Day's coming up. Mother's Day, actually, everybody will be hearing this the day after Mother's Day, but for our taping purposes, Mother's Day is tomorrow. So yeah, but Bob's got off scot-free. His mom's up in Canada.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. If you're listening to this, you're obviously on the internet. Go right now to one of the free e-card sites and send her a belated Mother's Day card.
Then if your mother's older like me, you got to drive to her house and explain to her how to open up the card on her email. That was me. Yeah, I got my mom the old-fashioned card because they had internet for a while and they have a computer, but then they didn't renew the internet. And
well, if you don't, if you really want to give it a shot, you got people at work that you'd be surprised how often they're on the computer now.
Oh yeah,
I think a lot of it's researching the end of the world, the end of time. But
2012.
I think some swap recipes and stuff like that. But yeah, they've gotten a lot more.
We have like some of the Jehovah's Witness people at work, and not to I'm not trying to offend religions. It's just that it's true. They're very focused on when the end of the world is, and
to believe that you're the only ones going to heaven is kind of odd.
You mean they're not? I don't know. I put a lot of thought into something like that. There is they follow the Christian religion, and I didn't even see this in church. There was a History Channel special, and they had religious scholars on there saying that, it says something in the Bible about, not even Jesus knows when the end of the world is, but yet the Jehovah's Witnesses know.
Yeah. Well, no, not even, no man nor.
Yeah, not even, what is it? Not even the Son of Man, which is Jesus, So, yeah, I don't know. I just find it, what if you did know? What the hell could you do? There's some things you could do, like, hey, I'm going to spend all my money.
Well, I always go back to this episode. I can't remember if it was a Night Gallery or a Twilight Zone, where something was freezing time. I can't remember if the man the man was freezing time. He had the ability to freeze time. It wasn't like the watch, the gold chain and all that.
We got an email.
Uh-oh.
BJ. It's from BJ. Hey, guys, I'm listening to your recording. Don't ask how. I have recording devices placed in Charlie's garage. If I could freeze time, I would touch boobies. Ha ha. BJ. Okay, well, I just wanted to...
No, I remember a girl was about to get hit by a truck, so that's what he froze time.
Oh, okay, and he saved her.
But then he couldn't get time to start again. Oh. So he was kind of wandering around and, everything frozen. You could get in vehicles and drive them around and stuff. They talk about, I remember getting a pamphlet, and I can't remember which religious group it was.
Oh, yeah, because he got, it was at a restaurant or a diner or something. Mm-hmm. I think it might have been Twilight Zone.
Okay. Well, I know there's a couple of them that I remember. I don't remember which one they were, because I watched both shows religiously.
Yeah. I like them weird shows. I love them.
Yeah. But, here we go. Brain fart. But the
religious group?
The religious group gave me a pamphlet. I don't remember which one it was, but it explained, what's going to happen when Jesus returns and how he's only going to take the people who are saved, and the rest of us will be here on earth to start to suffer the, like the 7 years of locusts and all that kind of stuff. I started thinking, I was like, well, if that's true, and I years and years and years ago I was saved, but obviously I haven't lived my life, that way since then. But I always imagined if that was true and then I got left behind, how much of a good time I could have. I can drive any vehicle.
Yeah, but isn't it supposed to be the final battle?
Obviously, if there's truth to this, then I'm going to be in hell burning and everything else for a long time. So, and I'll be like, oh shit, all those people are telling the truth all the time.
My thing
There's something out there. There's definitely something out there.
There's something out there. There's a higher being, I think. But, it's the whole, what Roger Waters said. It's always left an impression with me. Roger Waters, bass player, songwriter from Pink Floyd, has said about religion, he said, all of you are wrong, because if not, one of you would be right. Meaning, if there's a just God in this universe, there's not one religion that's right. All of them have a piece of it probably right, including the Christian religion. But they're not all totally right, because no one can have it all figured out. There's just no way. But yeah, it says, these religions say, oh, you can never understand God because God is just this and that, and he's just so infinite. Well, wait, but yet you claim to, and you're going to tell us what he wants from us?
Well, that's just it. Everything. That's what I've told you. You want me to believe in a God, then I would like to have his word and not translated word. As long as man has had his hand in it, then something might have been twisted. Because you're going to tell me that everybody that translates everything translates it exactly the way it's written.
They had a neat thing, supposedly back in the day after Adam and Eve, there was giants running around beating the shit out of everybody. I think it says that in the Bible. They're beating the shit out of everybody. No, but that was translated by the Greeks. The real word is, I saw this, watch the History Channel, it's awesome. The real word is Nephilim. That means the fallen ones. When the Greeks translated the Bible, remember the Greeks had those stories about the Titans were going around kicking everybody's ass? They're like, oh, it's like the Titans. It was giants. So they wrote giants in there. So that's why we have that. There's a mistranslation right there.
And that's as simple as, and then, of course, the King James version where it was being edited by a king.
Yeah.
Imagine the thing.
Well, I don't know that a lot of politicians have ulterior motives, so I don't think there'd be
all
any
of a sudden the ties become important, and you know what I mean, giving money and stuff, and it's like, to me, why would the church want you to live in poverty? You didn't give a vow of poverty.
That's back when a lot of people couldn't read either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, speaking of which, like they have all these reading contests at my daughter's school and everything. Do you think illiteracy, and I know I'll get a nasty email about this, hopefully, because I like nasty emails. Do you think illiteracy is such a big problem anymore? I mean, besides maybe a few people from the older generation, but I think nowadays, maybe in inner cities it is or something, but
it is in certain areas.
I actually don't know.
That.
Okay.
That's the whole reason for No Child Left Behind, and the reason that it didn't work is that we still had the dropouts that couldn't read, and do you know what I mean? We're still experiencing kids that just drop out of school and they're nowhere near the level they need to be.
It's almost like they don't leave them behind even if they're not doing good,
It's kind of scary to think, oh, maybe they're just back there pushing them through.
Yeah, that's I think No Child Left Behind.
Well,
good concept,
no Child Left Behind requires these test scores. Well, all the kids that aren't going to score high, why did they all mysteriously miss that day of school?
Conspiracy. As BJ says, black helicopters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did you get to hear the pirate scream singing the grape juice?
No, I didn't get to hear that.
Oh, man, yeah, it was
You'll have to put it on the loop so we can all hear it.
It's in the middle of the last train wreck show.
Oh, is it? Oh, man, I didn't get to hear it. I didn't get to hear the telecast there.
He was singing something about how he missed grape juice, and I was kind of surprised.
There's grape juice. Several people have said to me, including Matt, couch guest Matt, that the juice. If you don't know who the juice is, he's a couch guest we've had in the past, and cool couch guest. We were trying to hook him up with women, just like we were BJ, and that didn't work out, but. Yeah, he hasn't contacted us. He got a new job, and we just figured we'd get some love from the juice, but nothing, juice. What the hell? Call us.
That's on the interim page that CB Bob is
Brother Bob. Yeah,
CB Bob is working on there. You didn't get to check it out, but there's actually a picture of grape juice and BJ on there.
Cool.
And it says missing. Contact the Trainwreck Show at piratescream.com if you've located either one of them. So, and then you saw that he put Rusty up there as the official.
The official contest
monitor. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. Oh, he has Saints of the Underground as our band of the month for June.
Oh,
so
good.
he's created
Saints
a
of the
band
Underground
of the month
with Janie Lane and members from Rat and the guitar player from Alice in Chains.
And
Bobby Blotzer from Rat, and I can't remember the bass player's name. The bass player, I read their bio. He's not really involved in the songwriting. He just shows up and plays bass, which sounds like a good gig. But Bobby Blotzer and the guitar player from Alice Cooper, which I can't remember his name, and Janie Lane, they do all the writing.
Yeah, they're all listed on there.
I don't know. I was thinking back to the BJ and grape juice thing. situation's reversed if it was me and someone said, "Hey, we want to do this for internet radio station. We want to take you out somewhere and just try to hook you up with some hot girls. Maybe put a contest." You know, if I was single, I'd be like, "Yeah,
Charlie, you'd be up for that anyway.
what do I got?" Have Angela chasing after me with a rolling pin, but yeah, I would have been up for that. You know, if I was single, but
because you can't guarantee anything. I mean, the whole thing is just to meet people
even
and
if it doesn't involve
learn how to socialize.
Well, even if it doesn't involve internet radio, I mean, if you just go out there by yourself or with buddies and try to pick up a girl, there's nothing guaranteed then either.
Right. Well, no, that's
I've been all for it. Like, hey, I might see some hot chicks, and so what if they're rubbing against my body just so they can win a T-shirt?
Well, it's the old however you say it. That I had one speech teacher in my college career the first time that used to tell me that whenever you're unsure of how you're going to perform in front of people, the easiest way is to have gone to back then we didn't really have bars. We had like holes in the wall.
Speakeasies?
No, yeah. We had like hole in the wall pool halls.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So they weren't really bars. I mean, a lot of people when they're in drunk.
I thought you were going to say brothels.
No, we had a big, like a huge shoehorn or a horseshoe shaped bar.
Oh, okay.
And then pool tables all around it type thing.
Okay.
And there were we had 4 or 5 of those little clubs like that. And he would say, go in there and just start, stand up in front of people and saying something to see if you can get them motivated.
That's where it started.
Yeah, oh yeah. And
he does that all the time.
I used to just go into places and just stand and walk in and just start speaking about something and try to get people, fired up about it or whatever.
Wow.
And it actually worked. And then all of a sudden you found yourself that if you had to get in front of people and speak, you could just pretend, hey, I'm at the freaking bar. They're all drunk. Who cares what they say? And just go on about whatever it is you have to say.
That's something, though.
That was pretty neat. So I would like to be in a bar one day and see somebody walk in and just start, trying to fire people up about something. I think that would be cool. So I wouldn't be the only one.
Yeah, I don't know. Now it's changed. Bob will just walk in and say, I hate you all or something now. It's not really about motivating people anymore.
Fuck you.
Man. Oh, let's see. It's not really time that does this anymore. Let's see how we're doing on recording tape. Because we're you know what? If behind this recording you hear April Wine, that's what happened.
It's a dub over, yeah.
So yeah, we'll go to our theme music. We'll take a break here. 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 We'll take a